Hello everyone. I'm super excited to go over this presentation with you guys. This is one thing that I always want to have a webinar on, and I'm actually going to have a couple more moving forward because this is a really good topic and not a lot of people know about it, and it's important to talk about it and use it. So it's called Google Local Services Ads and Optimization. And let's talk about, as you all know, my name is Miriam Golubyer. I'm the Chief Amazement Officer of Digital Marketing Experts. We were a new market-based marketing agency. Now we're located in King City, but we work with everybody in York region, and we have clients in US, and now we have clients out in Australia as well. So I believe in creating a sustainable digital marketing strategy and making sure that what I'm telling you is something that you can use ongoingly for as long as you can. My expertise are in social media marketing strategies, web development, search engine marketing, and optimization. Optimization the most because we understand the back end of the website and how it works and what needs to happen. Online advertising and video and mobile marketing. So if you have any questions, here's my contact information. Our website, digitalmarketingexperts.ca, has tons of good resources and information. We've done multiple webinars over the past few years, and during the pandemic, we started doing tons more of information that other people that have small businesses would want to take advantage of. So I have put them on our resource section as well, and you can take full advantage of every information. This video is being recorded. It will be added to an email that I will be sending to you, plus the presentation. So let's get started. We're going to be talking about Google local ads. What does that mean? This is what it looks like. So if someone's looking for garage door repair in Washington, DC, or even in Toronto, or even in anywhere in York region, what they will see is this. And this is the ad. It's called, if anytime you see the word sponsored, it means that it's an ad. And instead of the ad having that text ad coming up, this is more likely to work for the customer for three reasons. Number one, when searched from mobile, the person gets to call right away. Number two, because it says it's Google guaranteed, which means Google is giving a guarantee that this business is a good business and it's reliable, sorry. And also it sits on the top of the page. And because it sits on top of the page, the chances of the person clicking on it is 100%. So what does that mean? It means, here how it works. So we advertisers, we choose from a list of services that for their industry. So we choose, and I'll give you the list of services that this service is offered to. And what happens then when a person, sorry, I don't know what just happened. I'm trying to move something and it's not working. So when a person's search matches the criteria of the services, so this has nothing to do with keywords. This has nothing to do with, emails or URLs to your website. This is the type of services you offer. What happens is if someone's looking for that particular service, your ad is eligible to be shown on top of the page. Now, unlike Google Ad, as I said, you're selecting a categories, not a specific keywords, which is even better because if you're selecting a category and you fit into that category, you're going to come up. And what I like about this is that you're not wasting dollars. So we have a client right now who builds pools. We advertising the fact that he's building pools, but he keeps getting calls for people looking for, I'm looking for chlorine, or I'm looking for pool toys, or I'm looking for this. So he's getting a lot of those type of calls as well, but he's paying for those keywords. And it's kind of, counteractive for what he wants to do. Whereas this one, if he's building a pool or if he's in construction, he's going to get his ads comes up regardless of what people are clicking as far as the keywords are concerned. So this kind of allows you to get the type of leads you want. So let's say if you're in the HVAC and you only want to work with AC maintenance and HVAC and install AC, you only click the top 3 that you want, not the rest. Or if you have a group of people that do everything for you and you want to click on all of them, then you click on all. The best part of this is that if you decide that, you know what, oh, my AC maintenance staff member is no longer available this month or this year or till further notice, you can always unclick it so you don't come up for that category or for that service. You'll come up for everything else that you've selected. So when a local service ads are triggered, this is how they look on desktop and mobile. So this is a really important thing. So on desktop, this is what it looks like. Let's say if someone's looking for furnace repair, this is what they'll see. It's this guy, or ARS, Don Mar, and JC. These guys are the ones that are advertising, so they will be the first ones. But you see how the other ad is at the bottom as well? The other Google ads still come up, but these guys take the prominent space. And on the mobile, there's a phone call. They can call you right away. And this is really important because most of us, we advertise so that we can get more customers and get a call. We're not Coca-Colas and Pepsis of the world where, you know, a click is good enough. An awareness is good enough. An impression on our ads are good enough. No, we need the call. We need someone to call me and say, hey, what do you need? And then asking me telling me what they need so I can call them back and say, what do you need? What can I do for you? How can I help you? So clicking on desktop ads takes you to the page that's built for the company, which is your Google My Business page. And then previous version required you to kind of verify the services and the postal code include listings for all the competitors. But now this is what it looks like. So what it does is it has your phone number that Google guarantees you. And then a bit of an overview of what your company does, the services you offer, if you're open for a certain amount of time, any background checks that needs to be done, that's also included in there as well. And then the business bio about who you are and what you're about. So the good thing is that you can still add pictures to it, and you can add your reviews will also show up at the bottom. If you have a Google My Business page, this is a really good tool that you can actually utilize to get this going as well. So this is what it looks like on mobile. Again, I like this because I get to call. This is the conversion that you're asking for. That call, that's important. And it kind of tells you how many bookings they have near this person. This is a feature that you can ask, it's kind of like, you know, tick for them to come and use. And then if I want to read the review, I can look at the reviews and it tells me what the reviews are. Now, local service ads by Google receive 13% of the local search engine page ranking or ranking page clicks, which means because they're higher up, they're more likely to come higher up for any related wording that was used for that particular category. So you'll notice that these ads don't contain links to the website and only have phone numbers as the form of communication. So previously, there were also the option on desktop to send messages to the company to kind of get more information about it and a few competing companies. So this is what it looks in the past, which was you have all the information and then there was a send request on desktop. Now it's the telephone number. Even off of desktop, you get to call and get them to tell you, they have to call you. They have to call you in order to get more information. Google Guarantee is important. Why? Because as you probably noticed, the top says Google Guarantee and then has a badge on it. And that badge next to the name, it means that Google backs up the service performed by this company with some restrictions. So what happens is when you set it up, you get a call from Google and there's a bit of a back and forth to kind of identify who you are. If you're a legit company, they'll look at your history that you've had on Google My Business. They look at the number of reviews you've had, and they make a lot of assumptions based on the history that you have on your Google My Business. And that's why it's important to have that. And this is what that Google Guarantee kind of looks like. Now, these are the current categories that are available. Now, they're adding more to it. So if you fit into any of these categories, or if you provide, you know, some of what it is out there, and you can go through that and click on it, then I would highly recommend it. I mean, like if you can advertise yourself, you come up higher and higher and higher up. And that makes sense to do so. Now, this is how it works. What you do is, this is what it looks like. You have, let's say the company is called Happy Housekeeping. You have 5 out of 5 rating, now open in Vancouver, and then they can call you. So what you have to do is you put your company name and then the location, and then pick a budget that you want to spend. Now, if you have used Google Ads in the past and you've used Express Google Ad, which is designed through Google My Business, you'll know that it tells you how many clicks you're supposed to get for that budget. This one is a little bit different, because when you pick it, it's based on the categories, and you can adjust the timing of when you want your ads to come up. So if you're only open 9 to 5 and you only want your ads to show from 9 to 5, you can pick that as well. And this is what it looks like. So if someone's looking for local housekeeping and they're anywhere in Vancouver, and you get to pick the vicinity of where the ads are placed. So when you pick that, then this comes up. And this is what it looks like on the map. It gives you a little button and it says, this is where you are. And on mobile, you get to call the person right away. Now, if someone is smart, what they do is they'll build a booking appointment feature on the back of it. And that's what this would look like. So if I'm interested in working with you and I need to book an appointment for you to come and talk to me, what I'll do is I'll book and say, I need you to call me, either I'm available on Monday to Friday between this time and this time. Or if the person wants them to continuously, you know, book ongoingly for weeks ahead, they can actually do that as well. So there's different things you can do. You can set up a summer ad, and you can set up a winter ad. And sometimes you can do it not only just seasonal, you can do it based on hours and times, and you can set a budget, and you say, for the entire summer, I want this to be my daily budget or my monthly budget, which is fine. We can do that. Or you can say that you want this to be ongoing all year long. You don't have to just pick one. And again, that works as well. Are you guys good with this? Because then I'm going to show you Google My Business. Or you have any questions? If you want to type your questions, you feel free to do so as well.
Miriam, I have a quick question. So if you're not in one of those categories, does this apply at all?
You will. Okay, so you will be in one of these categories, because this is just the beginning of it.
Okay.
Keep adding into it. So on a monthly basis, there's more categories coming up.
Yep.
Now, if you are, so now you particularly, I don't know if you would fit into this, but like, let's say if someone's into, they're specifically wedding photography, and they can go into photography and pick that. So our client that does construction, but he didn't fit any of these. What he did was he went into the landscaping services, and then he did construction that he is able to do from the landscaping piece into it. So have an open mind when you open these, just to make sure that it might not look like you can qualify for it right now, but it will work. Okay, so let's go to the next one, my favorite one, Google My Business. Give me a second. Here we go. So this is one of our favorite clients. The company is called Delish Balls. They're out of Calgary. They make little balls. They look like that. That's what the balls looks like. And they have like fillings. They have different types of fillings. They have vegetarian fillings, meat fillings, vegan fillings, whatever it is. They have tons of different fillings. And the company is run by two very lovely people out in Calgary. The wife is a cancer survivor, and she is thriving. She's doing great with her business. And she started this business because she was at home going through chemo, and she thought this is a great idea to set up this business, and they're doing very well for themselves. So why is this important? Why am I showing you this? Well, because Google My Business is your key to be on Google. It's your free key to be on the top pages of Google. Why? Because if someone's looking for, any services on Google, the first thing they see is the ads, then they see whatever's on the map, and then they see everything else that comes up organically. So if you are on the map, then you can get to be shown showing your services on the first page. So why would you not want to take advantage of that? So when you get your Google My Business set up, and I'm pretty sure everybody here has, and if you haven't, you should definitely do that if you can. When you do set it up, what happens is it gives you a series of options. So you go through it, you set it up, and then they have to verify if this is a legit business or if this is one of those fake ones that are being set up. So if once they verify you, what they do is they send you a number on a card, and then you'll receive it through the mail from the address that you suggested, and then you'll fill up the information and your business is legit. These guys are out of Calgary. So this is the information piece. So on the home, this is everything they've filled in, and they can see the stats of their campaign performance, of their Google My Business map performance. They can see how many searches they came up for and how many map views they've come up for. Now, keep in mind, these guys started this business, I think, in December. So they're super new and they're doing very well for themselves for now. And it tells you how much of the business is completed and what else is missing and what they need to put in there. And the reviews. So they've only got 5-star reviews so far. They have 28 reviews and it's all top of the line. So posts, these are important. Why? Because it gives you a platform to post information about your services, your offers, any sort of an update that you might have for, sorry, I have to let one more person in. Any sort of, services that you have offering, any sort of COVID updates, if you have any events that you have coming up, products, any coupons that you're offering, everything can go in here. And it's really cool because look at this. If she clicks on order online, it takes it to their website where they can place their order online. This took a little bit of time, but this goes to the menu and the person can place the order online. So what they've done is they put a really cute video. So they make these cute little videos and it just promotes the services, and they, that you can place the order, and there it is. This is the website and you can place the order. And they have written that information down here as well. So that's the number 1 post. And then they have another one here that they created. This is for their, you can win a pizza kit. This is the offer that they have. And it's very much like what they have going on their Instagram. So it's really good because what they're doing is they're replicating what they're posting on Instagram onto this page as well. And this was valid for a certain period of time. This was the offer they had. They got 82 views on this. And then this one again is another order online. They have a COVID update that they put out. They got 3 clicks on this back to the website. This is an offer they had. They got 0 clicks, but they had 219 views. This one was a big one for them. They actually got a lot of calls about it. So sometimes they might not click on it, but they got a lot of calls, and there were some redeems online as well. So these are the posts. For info, this is another important one because, they went out of their way and they put all the information that they needed to put in there. They should have added more here, any special hours they have. Any products that should add in more, the name of the products they do. The pizza kit's out of the system right now, but they have catering and private chefs available, and they provide information about who they are and what they're doing. Now, for the menu, they put their menu online. Now, does this apply to everybody? It should, because if it's a food, yes, you can put your menu online. But if you provide any sort of a products, you can put a link to every one of those products that can be purchased as well. They set up food ordering that it can happen. And this is a good one. This is the insight. It tells them how many searches they came up for, which is the 98% just in the past month. And what do they do with it? So this client in particular, they take this very serious. they gather the information and the calls they get, and they actually send out offers to everybody that has come to their website from their Google My Business and has made a purchase. They actually value this a lot. And they have tons of good reviews. But as you notice, look at this, they respond to every single review. Okay, why? Because this shows that they care. They're loving the good reviews that they're getting. And this shows that client care piece that you should add into your business as well. If there's any particular messages, it will show up here. If it's between people and them, it will be here. Photos are important as well. You should always, got it. You should always add photos and videos to for others to see what your services are like. If you have a restaurant or if you have a sort of a products that is visual, this is your second Instagram. This is where people come to see. This is the place that people will go to first to find out about you and where you're existing or not. Then you have the products page. And this is, again, they took full advantage of the product page. They put all their products here and they actually categorize it as well, to make it easy for people to go through this and find. They have like their gift sets here, you know, any sort of sauce, anything that, any particular like dessert that they have, they put everything in here. And this is a list of all the services that they're providing. You can always update this information as you go along. Now, if you don't have a website, this allows you to build your own website as well. So what they've done is they've done a secondary piece because they wanted to see what it was like. So they've done this to kind of showcase, if people can't get to their existing website, they can see this, and this is live as well. And the two users are me and this particular Ati, who owns the business. So in addition to everything that's available here, the other piece that there is I can't go in there, but there's the create an ad feature, what allows you to create the ad. This is where you need to go to create your local ads. And once you get there and you do qualify for the position, you'll see the combination of every sort of ad that you have, including your Google local ads. If you need to add more businesses, you can just go ahead and do it. Right now, I have this one and a bunch of other ones, but if you need to add more businesses, you can do that. You can link to ads that are set up on this particular account that you have as well. So it's important to take this serious and make sure that you take full advantage of this Google My Business and actually start communicating with people that come on to this particular area. And why is that important? Because right now, if we go into another lockdown, you need to have a full online presence, diversified throughout all platforms. And this is one platform that people will come to. And if your site is not organically ranking and coming high up on the website, on Google searches, you can utilize this and kind of use it as a crutch to get your business come up on the pages. And that's pretty much it. Did you guys have any questions?
I'm just curious about the cost of running ads. What is kind of the range of what you should be, putting out there monthly or?
That's a really good question. Okay, there's different ways of going about that. I always look at what am I going to get out of it for what I'm going to be spending. I look at it as, so let's use this as an example. Delish Balls, their products, I'm just going to go into the products for a second. So their products are anywhere on the lower end at $5 and on the higher end at $27. But on average, they spend about $30 to $45 for the products that they have on their site. So if they're running an ad, it should only be 10% of the profit that they're going to be making. So if they're making 40, let's say 40 is our top of the line. You only spend 10% of that for the ads for this particular product, because there's other, look at it as a formula. You have other expenses as well. You have to put the time that you put in, pay yourself, pay your salary, your staff salary, make sure your bills are paid and sell this product. So that money that you make, only 10% of it should be to advertise this product at the beginning. And I would look at it as if I'm spending $10, sorry, if I'm spending $4 of the 40, that's 10%, yeah. So if I'm spending $4 to advertise this and it didn't work for me, it cannot be that I have to spend more dollars. I have to figure out, why isn't it not working? Am I targeting the right group of people? Am I, my product, is it appealing? Is it something that my competitors are selling it at a lot cheaper? Is it that there's a flux of it in the market? What is the problem? So it never go and search for the answer as I should be spending more. No, you should figure out what the other problems are and ask around and use your existing customers as a clientele research to learn about that, to learn about what the problem is before you want to adjust your advertising dollars, if that makes sense.
Yeah, that's good. Thanks.
Excellent.
If I may,
Yeah, go ahead.
I'm just wondering, in your experience, what has been some kind of really good, well-performing ads that Google kind of like, what are good ads that kind of work well on Google, on the platform itself?
Love these questions. They're such good questions. Okay, I personally, so based on our experience, depending on what industry you're in and what you want people to do on your website or what you want them to do once they see your ad, then I'll answer that in a second, Yuni. Depending on what you're offering, what your expectations of your clients are, each ad differs. So I'll use an example. We work with Bankruptcy Trustee. They have a great website, but they don't want people to go onto their, they do want people to go on their website, but their expectation is a phone call and a form fill. So because that's what they expect from the client, our ads are designed to bring them form fill and to get them calls. So on a monthly basis, we know that we need to produce at least 10 calls a day. Bad or good, they need 10 calls so that they can swift through the 10 calls and get the total number of calls that are good for their business. So products, you want sales, so you want conversion. And that means you want them to go onto your website. Again, you have to identify what your goals are. You want them to, what's the end results? Do you want them to go to the thank you page after they make the purchase, or do you want them to put it in the shopping cart? So once you define that on your ads, you have to also define that on your Google Analytics so you can measure the two and say, I brought X amount of people on my shopping cart into my site. They went through the shopping cart. They went to the, and they either abandoned the shopping cart, or they went through the process and made it all the way to the end and they bought. So then you can look at the conversions off of your analytics based on what you spent on your website and see if this made sense and if it was a good campaign. So again, you have to identify what's important to you. What are the goals for your business that will make sense? Did that answer your question? Okay, so Yoni, does it cause a lot of spam if I list my own cell phone on Google? Not at all, not at all. So I had my cell phone, and actually we do this with another mortgage broker. Oh, you're welcome. That's okay. Don't worry about it, love. So we have one mortgage broker and 2 real estate agents plus myself. We had our cell phones. I have their cell phones and my cell phone set on different ads. And the idea was to get calls because our office line was going into our team members. And I just wanted to see if this campaign works for Amazon, because we do a lot of work on Amazon as well. And I was getting calls, and they were legit calls. But I also have on the other side of it, the mortgage broker was getting calls to do with mortgage, but not necessarily people want to work with her as a mortgage broker. They were getting calls to do with mortgage questions or mortgage rates. So you will not get spammed if you use the right keyword or the right industry that you belong to. Excellent.
One last question, if I may.
Go for it. Yeah.
So I also run an agency, and I have clients that would like Google Ads. What kind of information do I need from their end so I can access kind of like become admin and run things on my end? How do I link our accounts together?
What company do you have? Do you have a marketing agency?
I do, yes.
Excellent. Let's take this offline and I'll give you a lot of information,
Okay.
what you need to do. And there's so much you can do. But
Okay.
so you can partner up with us, and you can partner up with our partners as well. And we can help you set up the ads, number one. Number two, you can do it on your own. And you just have to set up. I'd like to do things on my clients' accounts, not necessarily my account. And I'll tell you why. I set up all of my clients' AdWords accounts. It's just because it's transparent and they can go in and see that if Miriam said, I'm going to be spending $500, I am spending $500, and it's not 200 and the rest goes into Miriam's pocket. So there's that transparency that's important. And when we do that, we manage their account, but we become managers. So we don't need to go into their accounts. We have access from our side to get into their accounts and manage their stuff. So that would work if you want to do that. And I can show you how to do that.
Yeah, I'd love to.
Excellent. So reach out. I have your email address. So I'll send you a quick email right after this and we can chat about it. We can get on a call and talk about it.
Okay, let's do it. Thank you.
Excellent. Any other questions? This is a really good call. I'm super excited about this. This was really good. We should do this again. And next time, what I'll do is I'll go through how to set up the Google My Business and set up your ad account as well. So I'll send out that webinar for July, and I'll send you guys an information about it so you can join. I think, Maggie, you've done ads before. I think you and I have talked about it.
No, I haven't done ads. I do have a Google My Business account, but I've used MailChimp to send out email campaigns.
That's
and
what it was.
Yeah, that's
Because we talked about MailChimp. Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. That's the other thing. So if you are running a campaign, collect the data that you're collect your customer data. So you can, when you run an ad campaign, you can actually remarket to them.
Is there kind of a time frame that you should have in mind? So if you set up a certain ad, do you let it run for a week, a month before you realize this isn't working? Let's change something up.
That's such a good question. Okay. Yes, I always give my ads will expire within 2 weeks. And the reason I do it is because I always have something called A/B testing set up. I set up 2 ads. So if I have one campaign, that's great, but I have 2 ads running. I figure out, I talk to my customers. I'm always open and talking to people. What do you think? What do you like? Do you like to see it this way or do you like to see it this way? And information that I get, I put that information into 2 separate ads because I want to see which one's working. And if A doesn't work and B works, great, we're keeping B. If both don't work, the strategy's got to get kiboshed. I'm going to get something else going. If that doesn't work either, then there's a problem. But when I do that, I also check my Google Analytics every time when I have a campaign going. So if I'm having a campaign going for 2 weeks, my analytics will give me a report every day because I want to see what happened. This is my results. If I'm not getting a call and ads are bringing people to the site, what am I doing wrong? Why are they not calling me? If they're spending a minute on my website, why are you not calling me? So I look at the analytics, and if you don't know how to read analytics, that's fine. Give someone, me or another marketing agent. There's tons of good marketing agencies in this in York region. Reach out to them and say, I want to be able to read my Google Analytics. Explain it to me. What am I looking at? And they'll explain it to you. Everybody in this town, they're just so lovely and they'll help you out. They'll explain it to you that what it is that you're looking at. And you have to set the goal. And you say, I want 10 calls. If I'm not getting 10 calls, this doesn't work. We're done. And stop it. Stop the campaign. And what I would recommend is give your campaigns 2-week period. Okay. Once it's getting to the end of the 2 weeks, stop it, reevaluate, re-strategize, and go back into the public.
Okay, great. Thank you.
You're welcome. Any other questions? Oh my gosh, this is so good. Amazing. Guys, thank you so much for joining my webinar. Lev, I'm going to message you after. Thank you, Maggie, Yoni, Greg, for showing up. This was great. Fantastic. And everything will be available on our website, and I will send you an email about it with the link to this presentation so you can have it, go over it. If you have any questions, call me. I'd be more than glad to answer it. Take care, everyone. Bye. You're welcome. Bye.